G'day everyone, welcome back to the Bothy. We're drinking a bottle of Forester from Margaret River, a Cab Sav 2019. Nice drop. We've discussed a couple of subjects already this evening. We're going to move to one a little more controversial. We might have differing views on this one, we'll see. The moon landing.
July 1969.
We landed on the moon.
That's what they say. Did we or didn't we?
We did it for the next 2.5 years.
Yeah, and then now we've lost the ability to go back, and now we want to push on and go to Mars. How's that going to go?
You have to ask Elon. He's the one who's going to do it. Actually, I think it was 3.5 years that we did it for. So 12 astronauts have walked on the moon.
So they say.
The moon, yeah, wherever that might be. What do you think? Is it the moon or is it Nevada?
Yeah, it's in a Hollywood basement, mate.
Is it?
Yeah.
In a basement?
Yeah. Well, that's what the song says, doesn't it? Nirvana picked it.
Oh, you had to bring... If you're going to say anything, don't say Nirvana.
Sorry.
Nirvana. Fucked music for everybody. Anyway. So the moon landing. So there are plenty of people who believe it happened, and there are plenty of people who believe it didn't. Why would they perpetuate the lie if it didn't, I guess? Why are we... What are we? We're coming up to 60 years after the moon landing, and it's not on Donald's list of things that he's going to investigate, so he must believe it. Why do you think it didn't happen?
Well, I've looked at it quite a lot, and going by what I've seen, I now can't believe it. It's just there's too many things stacked against it. Even if you ask the American people, I think there's only 40% believe it actually happened, and that's in America, their own country. The rest of the world, well, I mean, why did Russia not go? There was a big space race to get up there. Sputnik, they were in charge for a while because they had Sputnik go up first, into space. And then next minute they've went, nah, we're not going any further. Why?
Well, maybe they couldn't get there. I mean, we can't get there now.
Which is highly, 60 years later?
Yeah.
And something we did 60 years previously, we can't do the same thing we did then. That in itself is suspicious.
I always had my suspicions because you look at the original landing module. I mean, I can't keep tinfoil over whatever I've got in the oven. It tears and rips, and yet we landed a spacecraft that looked like it was made out of tinfoil. And
also, we were outside the Van Allen belt. And apparently, once you're outside that, the radiation from the sun, you'd need a suit 4 inches thick of lead so you never died of cancer or got burnt to a crisp. It doesn't make any sense.
Right.
And if you looked at their suits were thin. It was just like a bit of gauze, a bit of like... It was just... They were rubbish.
Sticky tape.
That sticky tape probably would have been better.
I think it was you that was telling me a week or two ago that someone's just flown over the moon nearby and saw where we landed.
Yeah, I believe the rocket the Indians set up, they took photos of 2 of the old landers they used. Because obviously... Because they left them there on the planet, on the moon. And, well, that might seem like
proof,
but if you look at anything from NASA, even the world, this little blue marble that we're on, so they say, they admit it's all photoshopped. All of it. It isn't what you see. They change it. They've got their artists changing it. What are they changing it from? What did it look like before they made the little blue marble?
But you can see the Earth from the ISS, and it looks like it does in the photos.
Yeah, that's if you believe the ISS is up there.
That's an argument we've already done.
I mean, how do you drown? How can you get water in your suit on the ISS?
Sweat?
And bubbles. And other such things flying around. That's another Hollywood...
I don't know. I haven't been up there. Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know whether we landed or not. When you think about it, you see that little landing, they couldn't... How many astronauts went in onto the moon? 3?
3 tops. Yeah, and then there was one The one orbiting the moon.
Yeah. And they had a car or a vehicle.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, did they build that when they were on the moon?
It feels... Well, no. They didn't, did they?
No.
No. It feels a bit... Do you reckon that was driven from off camera onto the set?
Well, I don't know, mate. And who did they leave on the planet that panned up as they were flying away? Who did that?
Don't know.
Or did they control that from
Did they leave
the
it?
Earth?
They had a remote control
Did they?
in 1969.
I
I remember the first VCR we had when my dad bought a VCR home.
And what age was what year was that?
It would have been maybe late 70s, early 80s. And that remote control had a cord on it. It's hardly a remote.
Yeah, that would have to be a bloody long cord, wouldn't it?
We couldn't walk more than 3 meters away from the
I know.
TV.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously they had a little bit more high quality equipment than that. You'd hope, but well, they keep telling us that now our phones back then, the amount of information that one phone would have would be the size. The computer would have to be the size of a room for all the data they'd have to store in it. So I just can't believe they went.
So China's about to put astronauts back on the moon, yeah, and claim whatever part of the moon for themselves that they want.
Well, I believe they think there's something on the moon that's
They can mine.
that they can mine. Can't remember what it's called. What was it called? Do you remember?
Moon dust?
No.
No.
Element something.
Moon element?
No.
No.
Is it not night? Helium. Helium-3 or something.
Oh, like in the balloons.
Yeah, but maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. Who knows? I've been wrong before.
They just shot another Chinese balloon down, didn't they? Over the US, anyway.
Well, that's what the satellites are. Hanging off balloons.
Okay, so all those astronauts lied?
Well, have you seen the videos of when the 69 one got back and Buzz Aldrin and Neil Armstrong and Collins are sitting there? They were heroes, yet they were sitting there like they didn't want to be there. They were not acting like the heroes that they should have been acting like. They were almost looked... They wanted to be anywhere but there. And Armstrong, he got out of it as quickly as he could. He got out of the public eye and everything. It's like, what was he running away from? He was embarrassed that he'd lied to the public. That's what I think.
That's what you think?
That's what I think. And then, what's his name? Buzz Aldrin's come out and said, it was made in we never went to the moon. He's said that a couple of times when he's been asked.
He also said he saw aliens. I don't know whether...
And he has punched somebody as well.
He did, yeah.
Buzz.
Yeah. He's the best astronaut.
Yeah, he's got the best name.
Yeah. So they can't all have lied. I saw there's a Q&A the other day. People were asking a particular podcaster all these questions about space, and he said he would then go and interview an astronaut with these questions. The guy said, no, that's not true. And the podcaster said, well, how do you know it's not true? He said, because I was up there. I know. I was on the moon. I flew around in space. I know that what they're saying is rubbish. So, and he was very convincing. I would have leaned towards it being a fake, and then I watched him be interviewed. I thought, wow, he's very convincing.
Yeah. Good actor then.
No, astronaut, not actor.
Astron actor.
An astronaut actor. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know whether we landed there or not.
Why can't we go back?
Yeah, I don't know.
They've lost all the relevant information to get them there. What? How the hell do you lose the information? How do you lose that documentation that took you to the moon in the first place? That makes absolutely no sense. The biggest thing to happen to the world, and they've lost it. It's like...
Elon must be able to put something out there. I mean, if he can shoot something into space...
And land it.
Granted, what he shoots into space blows up, unfortunately.
He has landed a few.
But he's brought them back down and landed them in the cradle. Exactly right. So the technology's there. I don't know. I honestly don't know whether we've been or not. That's the sad part. We won't know until we go again.
I might be more convinced if all three astronauts, or how many, was it 14 that went?
12.
If they'd all got cancer early on in life and died, I'd be like, they did go past the Van Allen belt.
What's the Van Allen belt? I don't know it.
It's like, it's a magnetic thing that's floating in the atmosphere that stops the sun's rays from melting the planet.
Right.
Yeah. Because
I might have to edit that bit out.
We're not dying. We aren't. We're going to live. But without that, there'd be no life on this planet.
Right. Without that belt.
Yeah. And were you aware that when you get up past, I think is it 700 miles or 800 miles, you get past into the ionosphere, I think it is.
Right.
And it's like 1,500 degrees up there.
Right.
You always believe space is cold, right?
Right.
But when you get past the Van Allen belt, it's like 1,500 degrees hotter there than it is on Earth. It's like, that's crazy. Hard to believe.
So where the ISS is, how hot is it there?
Oh, no, that's only in low Earth orbit.
Right.
That's only about, I don't know, 60 miles up or something.
Right.
Maybe 150 miles. Yeah.
So it is up there. I see what you did there.
I see what you did. I see what happened there. Yeah. Yeah, it's up there. Yeah.
It is up there. All right. So the Chinese will go back and claim their helium or whatever it is that they're going up for.
Yep.
The Russians are on their way. Japan as well. India and Japan, I think, are trying to do something to get back to space. Are the Americans trying to get to the moon, or are they pushing past them?
They're going past. They're going to Mars.
They're going to Mars. How long is it going to take us to get to Mars?
I think it's 6 months or something.
Right, that's all right.
Is it?
Well,
6 months? That's a long road trip.
Can we sleep? Can they?
Actually, I don't know if they can sleep.
I don't know either.
You'd want to.
They could in Alien.
Flight. It's a long flight.
Yeah. And they could in Interstellar. That's real?
Well, yeah, that's Hollywood, isn't it?
No, it was real. Interstellar.
Okay.
Very good movie.
Yep, it was very good.
Probably 20 minutes too long.
You think?
Maybe an hour.
Yeah. Probably an hour. I reckon an hour. It did go on a bit. It was a good movie, but
it was a movie. I think we can agree. It probably
didn't happen.
Didn't happen, yeah. Yeah, you've almost convinced me. I can't see how that little machine landed on the moon. Again, though, if you talk to your mum and my mum, it happened.
Yeah, it happened.
They watched it.
How can it be a lie? So many people knew about it.
They watched it live.
Yeah.
We didn't. Well, we did, but we don't remember it.
Yeah, my dad remembers it.
Yeah. Do you remember it?
No, I was like 1 year old.
Yeah, I was a bit older, but I don't remember it. I don't know whether it happened or not. I'm going to say it did happen.
Yep, sure. You can say that.
With an asterisk.
Well, I'm going to say never happened.
Didn't happen?
Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
What will convince you for next time?
Take me with you.
Really?
Yeah, take me up there.
Right. We still haven't really done that. I mean, I know the Virgin Richard Branson shot his little ship in.
They were going to start allowing
people have paid a lot of money to go into space,
but it's only it's low Earth orbit. It's not really space.
Will you see the curvature
from the height they're going up?
You see the darkness, definitely. Oh, there's a good band.
Yeah, seen them 4 times. They were good. I don't know. Well, remember the guy that jumped from the balloon, the high air balloon, and he said when he was up there, I think he was 50 kilometers up or something, and he said, "Oh, I saw the curvature of the moon," and then Neil deGrasse Tyson, my mate Neil, he gets on and said, "Well, he couldn't have seen the curvature of the moon because look, he's the sphere of the Earth, and he's got a big ball Earth." He said, "And he would have been here on the Earth. He couldn't have seen the curvature." Go on, Neil. I'm your biggest fan.
You do love Neil.
I love Neil.
Yeah.
And so that guy
lied. Did anybody pick up the sarcasm? Anyway.
That guy lied, that jumped out the balloon. And then Neil covered the lie by saying, no, he couldn't have seen the curvature.
You know what gave it away? That it might not have been real?
What?
He just had a mask and a snorkel.
I think he had oxygen.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
He would have had to have a proper suit.
Yeah. Well, not a proper suit, because it wasn't outside the Van Allen belt or anything.
Right.
It was just, it was low oxygen up there. Yeah.
So
there was still an atmosphere.
It would have been cold.
Yeah, very cold.
Yeah.
But yeah, so why would he lie?
Yeah.
Why would he lie? To perpetuate an already stupid lie they've been telling us about.
Why would NASA?
Never a straight answer. That's what NASA stands for.
I'm not sure NASA would lie about landing on the moon. And if they did, surely Donald would be checking it right now as we speak.
Maybe he's been given a criteria that he can't check. Maybe there's certain things he can't look into because the lie is so immense. Imagine they found out that's a lie. Who would believe any of them again?
No, nobody.
Exactly.
He's about to prove that there was a second shooter
Yeah.
for Kennedy.
Well, that was kind of obvious, wasn't it?
Yeah. And he's about to prove some things about a couple of other assassinations that probably people already know. He's about to prove that aliens are real,
Yep. So,
but he hasn't talked about the moon. Should write him a letter at our dinner party when he shows up.
Dear Donald Trump.
We can tell our mate Mike Tyson, don't let him in the door.
Unless he faces up.
Yeah, unless he comes clean about the moon landing. We'll get Joe Rogan on him.
Yeah, Joe.
Yeah.
He's a grappler.
Yeah,
he can fight.
Yeah, well, yeah. And it's important. I don't know. I mean, it would be a hell of a production, the moon. I mean, you've got to play everything in slow motion without it looking stupid.
What was that movie
How'd
that
they
came
get the
out?
flag to sit out like that?
How about the movie that came out not long after that?
E.T.
No, in 69.
Star Wars.
69. Space
2001
Odyssey,
Space
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah, who made that? They
That's
reckon he made the moon landing.
That's in the top 100 movies of all time. A subject we're going to touch on
Yeah.
a little later. I've tried to watch that a number of times.
Oh, it's brain
Boring.
numbing. Oh, totally.
Boring.
Yep.
I thought, no, as I get older and more mature and less reliant
You still
upon
can't watch it.
crazy action,
Yeah.
I'll get through this because I'll
Yep.
understand the nuances. No,
Nah.
I can't.
There's too much quiet bits and like just
And why are they always walking around? and-
brain numbing.
Jeez.
But who was the director? Was it Kubrick?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, it was Kubrick.
It'll be on the bottom of the
It was
screen.
Kubrick. Yeah, reckon he went and got the job of doing the fake moon landing. What other proof do you need?
I would have liked a more robust spaceship to land on the moon. They definitely went to space. Not saying in that trip, but astronauts have definitely been into space. Can you?
Yeah, I agree with that. Yep.
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 Right. I think we've proven that. Well, we haven't proven anything.
I think we have proven.
The moon landing definitely happened.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you. The moon landing
Never happened.
never happened.
Yep.
And we won't believe it happens until,
They send us up there.
if China do it, do we believe them?
But it's 60 years on.
Yeah.
I think technology has moved on far enough now that you could say, yeah, it's happened.
Maybe if 5 or 6 astronauts die trying to get there and finally the 4th trip makes it,
Yeah, that might
convince us.
might convince us.
Well, didn't some astronauts die trying to get to the moon?
Yeah, 1980.
No. Back before the 69 landing.
Oh, well, before 69, there was countless deaths with astronauts that were testing. So they were the best of the best. And there was, I can't remember outright, but there was at least 7 to 10 astronauts that died. Perhaps they were the ones that weren't willing to go along with the lie.
They were just
And that's
sent
why
off.
they were done away with. But there was but a ridiculous amount died in the 5 years before the moon, 1969.
Okay.
Suspiciously.
Okay.
I know this because it's in my conspiracy book.
Okay. We'll use that book later to get the exact numbers and we'll
Yes.
put them on the bottom of the
Yes.
screen. We'll move on to something else.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us
Thank you very
in the
much.
Bothy. We'll see you again.
And take it easy.
Cheers.